I don't know how these people know who I am all the time, or like how did they find me. I don't know why they invited me, but they did, and I am grateful and happy for all of it. I'm like, okay, I have been invited to this place, and I am very well aware that my career was not all done just by myself. I've had a lot of help. I've had a lot of people advocate and take big swings on my behalf. And I value that so much. And I'm just like, okay, well, I've been invited to this place. What can I do to take a couple of big swings for someone else? Or maybe not an individual, but just open whoever I'm working with, be like, hey, did you know about this person or this
Yeah.
group, or that you are allowed to do certain things? Because again, sometimes people just need like permission to do something, or a validation. Like, I know that you conceptually understand what this is, but you yourself, you can also do this, and it's not as scary as you think. Sometimes that's just offering resources, or hey, I'm not able to do this one thing, but I know someone who is able to do this one thing. Here's their contact information. Why don't you reach out? Or how can I connect you? Something like that. But it's something that has been important to me to try and reach, not necessarily reach back, but just like reach out as I've been pulled up, because there is so much room in our field for everybody, and there's so many different kinds of music, and it kills me when I meet people who are like, I usually don't like contemporary music. I'm like, oh, well, that's a lot of stuff you don't like, that I
Yeah.
am
Right.
absolutely certain that you have not heard all of contemporary music. And I'm just like, do we need a better word to describe? We don't get to name
Yes.
an era until like the era's ended, but when you just say like contemporary music, I'm like, well, that just means music that is made by people who are alive like right now and making the music. Not that the people who have just passed on are no longer contemporary, they're like of this era, but just like looking at the literal meaning of the word, contemporary is now, what's happening right now. And I guarantee there's something that someone is making right this second that you will probably like. But if you don't let yourself, or like you don't have the permission to go out and look at it because you don't like contemporary music, well, you're just going to keep not liking it. And so just trying to expose people to other stuff, be like, all right, well, you don't have to like my music. I don't expect everyone to, because that's really unreasonable and like honestly a little bit mean. I'm like, you don't have to like my music. That's completely fine. I like my music, and that's enough for me. That's all I want. It's cool if other people like it. It's a very nice bonus, but I make music that I like and I like listening to. You don't have to like the same stuff that I do, and you like other stuff. Therefore, there is room for everybody, because that's how it works. So I try to go into these opportunities and into these spaces with the knowledge of like, all right, well, I'm bringing this thing, I'm offering this. They don't have to like it. I'm still here though. And while I'm here, and be like, what if here, try these things on for size as well. I have a friend who makes this kind of music. It's super different than what I make, but
Mm.
check them out. You're trying to get more involved in the contemporary music world. Here are a whole bunch of people who write different things than what I do, that you might like. Might as well try branching out. So I have tried pretty hard to have discussions with the folks that I've worked with in the past, and being as frank as I can, not obviously not in like a mean way, but just saying the things that are a little bit scary for me to say, like, hey, you don't have to like my music. I understand that. That's totally fine. um you don't have to. When you say I don't like contemporary music, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of limiting. Or I've had
Yeah. Yeah.
conversations with groups, and saying our audience won't like this or our audience doesn't like this. I'm like, well, that's kind of putting your audience down. Why are you not believing in them? They are fully capable of making their own decisions. And if they're hearing something that they've never heard of before because you haven't offered it to them, they don't know if they're going to like it or not. So you, as the presenter, have to take bigger swings and offer your audiences the opportunity to make those decisions on their own. And that means you don't have to play the same contemporary composer over and over and over again. And if you keep getting the same feedback of like 98% of your audience is like, I really don't like this, but then there's like 2% of the audience that's like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, I like that. So maybe, I don't know, you don't have to play that all the time, but sprinkle it in there. That 2% of your audience, they still matter. They come to your stuff, they support you. So just trying to encourage other people to take big swings with contemporary music in general.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.